Hello, friends. Welcome back to Anag Academy's RAS podcast. I'm your host, and today we are going to talk about a very interesting and important topic, a topic connected to the roots of our democracy, local self government. Friends, this topic is not just for theoretical knowledge, but it is extremely important for your RAS exam and especially for the RAS interview. Why? Because tomorrow, when you become an administrative officer, you will have to work shoulder to shoulder with these very institutions. So, come on, today let's understand this entire system of local self government in India, every aspect of it up close. So, first of all, let's understand what this local self government actually is. What comes to mind when you hear these words? Look, in simple terms, it means management of local affairs by the local people themselves at the local level, meaning at the level of your village, your city. Okay? This is what we call democratic decentralization, meaning the power of governance should not remain confined only to Delhi or Jaipur, but should reach down to the people of the villages and cities. Did you know Lord Ripon is also called the father of local self government in India? However, it took a long time for it to find a place in our constitution. Then the came the year 1992 and two major milestones were laid in Indian democracy, the 73rd and 74th Constitutional Amendment Acts. Friends, these amendments gave constitutional status to local self government, meaning it was no longer just an idea but became a legally established system. First, let's talk about the 73rd Amendment. This is related to village governance. It means Panchayati Raj. It added a new part to the constitution, part 9, and also included a new list, the 11th schedule. This list contains 29 functions for panchayats. And yes, it mandated a three-tier structure: Gram Panchayat at the village level, Panchayat Samiti at the block level, and Zilla Parishad at the district level. The most special features: reservation of seats for women and SC/ST communities, formation of the State Election Commission for fair elections, and establishment of the State Finance Commission for proper distribution of funds. All are contributions of this amendment. Now let's come to the 74th Amendment. This is related to the governance of cities. It means municipalities. It added another new part to the constitution, part 9A, and included the 12th schedule, which lists 18 functions for municipalities. And it created three types of municipalities: Nagar Panchayats for areas transitioning from rural to urban, Municipal Council for smaller cities, and Municipal Corporation for larger cities like Jaipur or Jodhpur. Similar to Panchayats, provisions for reservation, State Election Commission, and State Finance Commission were included here as well. And in our Rajasthan too, based on these amendments, there is three-tier Panchayati Raj system in villages and urban local bodies like municipal corporations, municipal councils, and municipalities are functioning in cities. For this, our state government has also enacted the Rajasthan Panchayati Raj Act 1994 and the Rajasthan Municipalities Act 2009. Just think, do you feel that the elections to these bodies present the best example of direct democracy? This is something to ponder. Alright, now let's find out what functions these local bodies perform. Well, their tasks are very important. Remember, we talked about the 11th and 12th schedules? Look what's included in them: agriculture, land improvement, minor irrigation, animal husbandry, rural housing, providing clean drinking water, building roads, rural electrification, running poverty alleviation programs, schools, health, sanitation, family welfare, women and child development, and in cities, urban planning, public health, fire brigade, slum improvement. What a long list! Meaning, whatever development you see around you, these institutions have a very big role in it. But the question arises, where do they get the money to do all this work? See, they have some main sources of income. One is grants from the state government. Then some shares also come based on the recommendation of the Central Finance Commission. They also levy some taxes themselves, like property tax, etc. And yes, based on the recommendation of the State Finance Commission, the state government also provides them resources. But friends, herein lies a major challenge, and that is the lack of funds, or say the lack of financial autonomy. These institutions of local self government, they face several challenges. Experts often call it the problem of the three F's. Do you know what these three F's are? Funds, functions, and functionaries. First of all, funds. As I mentioned, lack of money. There is too much dependency on state governments, and their own capacity to collect taxes is weak. Now, about functions. Many functions are listed in the schedules, but often state governments do not fully devolve all those functions and powers to them. There is ongoing friction. Now, about functionaries, meaning the people who work. Firstly, there is a shortage of trained staff, and secondly, state government officials come on deputation, whose accountability is sometimes less towards the local leadership. And there are other problems too, like interference from senior officials, political meddling, lack of awareness among people, and yes, reservation exists. But are women and representative from weaker sections truly able to make decisions freely? This is also a big question. These challenges are serious, but it's not that everything is negative. Despite these challenges, local self government has strengthened our democracy at the grassroots level, increased people's participation, and our Rajasthan government also keeps making efforts to empower them, like implementing e governance, conducting training programs, etc. etc. Yes, and it is also important that you keep an eye on recent initiatives by the Rajasthan government or the central government to empower local bodies. Let's now come to the main point. What do you need to keep in mind from the perspective of the RS interview? So, the first of all, those 73rd and 74th amendments, their main point should be absolutely clear in your mind. What is the structure of panchayats and municipalities in Rajasthan? What are their functions? You should know this. What is their functions, financial situation? What is the role of the State Finance Commission? It's important to understand this. The challenges we discussed, funds, functions, functionaries, those, and what could be their solutions, you should have an opinion on this. And the most crucial question, what role will you play as an RAS officer in strengthening these local bodies? Remember, as an administrative officer, your role will be to establish coordination, provide guidance, and help these institutions functions effectively. Will you ensure better coordination in implementing schemes, or help in training their staff, or perhaps try to bring transparency? In the interview, you know, you might also be asked a situation based question. Suppose they ask, look, the panchayat or municipality in your area is not functioning properly. You are the SDM. What will you do? Think. What answer would you give? Be prepared for such questions. So, friends, local self government is not just a part of the syllabus, it is the foundation of our democracy, of a strong and self reliant India. And for you who are going to be tomorrow's administrative officers, having a deep understanding of it is extremely crucial. I hope this podcast has been quite helpful to you. If yes, then please do like it, share it with your friends who are preparing for RAS, and yes, don't forget to subscribe to Anag Academy's YouTube channel. Before leaving, a question for you. In today's entire discussion, Which point did you find most important? Do write and tell us in the comment section below. We will meet again in the next episode with a new essential topic. Until then, keep reading, keep moving forward. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.